Hi everyone, Tams here. I'm sharing my envelope design this week. I'm inspired by this beautiful stamp set that a friend sent me in the mail. At first I thought I'd use the whole set together on one envelope, and then I realized that it would probably pair well with some other stamps that I had in my collection. So I'm putting it with the Martin Ramirez stamp and an additional 1 cent stamp that I had, and I thought that the color scheme all went well together. And I needed extra postage this week because I'm adding an insert into my card. I'm using my new card and envelope set that I got from Papyrus, and as you can see the envelope is dark, so I'm going to have to use some light ink. I'm tucking in some tea. This is very common with pen pals. We share teas. This is a ginger pear from Trader Joe's, and I just want to package it a little to make it look nice. And I've put it in a little bag, and I'm going to add some brown washi tape, and I think the color scheme goes well with the cards that I'm using. Of course, I'm going to be using my Letter Writers Alliance member seal, and I'm going to use another rubber stamp. I'm not sure if this is a crow or a raven, but I really like it and I'm using it a lot this month. I'm using a white calligraphy ink by Speedball. I've never used this before, so this will be a test for me. And I'm using my beginner startup kit calligraphy holder and a Nikko G nib. Because I am a beginner, I still have to line my envelopes, and I do that manually. I am using a Muji straight edge and a Kuru Toga mechanical pencil. That's a 0.7 lead, and I use the straight edge and my crafting mat to determine where I want to put the lines. As you can see, I did stamp the raven and seal. I used a white rubber stamping ink. It is not showing up very well on camera, but in person it looks pretty good, I think, so I have left it as is. After I mark the lines and I write the calligraphy on the envelope, I let it dry and then I erase the lines, and so far I haven't had any problems. I use a Pentel eraser and I've had good luck with this. Okay, let's get started with the calligraphy itself. I wanted to share this process with you so you can see how calligraphy is teaching me patience. Sometimes it takes a few tries to get things started, to get the ink flowing on the nib. Sometimes the nib does not want to work well with me, and I'm struggling a little here at the beginning, but that's okay. You just keep going, and you have to practice, and a good way to practice calligraphy is to address envelopes. So slow and steady wins the race. I finally get some flow going with the ink and nib, but I do decide to clean off the nib, and I use just a wet paper towel and I clean it off and sometimes just start all over with the dipping process, and that seems to work. That's what I'm doing now. And I don't want to share this entire address, but I wanted to put a few lines on there so you can get an idea of how the ink is popping against that maroon envelope. I was very pleased with how it turned out, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Here is the finished result here at the end, and thank you for watching.